Welcome back to the Death Row and Executions channel. I'm Paco Rivera. The next execution scheduled to take place will be that of Wesley Lynn Ruiz in the state of Texas for the murder of Dallas police officer Corporal Mark Timothy Nix, who was 33 years old at the time. A murder that occurred 16 years ago on March 23rd of the year 2007. I will also have a question about the circumstances of this case at the end of this video. This whole situation actually began 2 days earlier on March 21st, when investigators responded to a homicide in Dallas that appeared to be a gang-related drugs transaction gone wrong. A witness described a red and gray 1996 four-door Chevy Caprice with dark tinted windows and chrome wheels having fled from the scene of the murder. A be on the lookout was then issued to all officers in Dallas. 2 days later, two plainclothes police officers in an unmarked or personal vehicle, it's not clear if they were actually on duty at the time, spotted that car driving along Stemmons Freeway near Dallas. They followed the car and contacted Dallas police to have a police unit pull the car over. Corporal Mark Nix caught up to the Chevy Caprice and activated his sirens and overhead lights. The Caprice stopped as if it was about to pull over, but suddenly took off at a high speed. Corporal Nix continued in pursuit with another Dallas patrol car behind him, and then 7 other police patrol cars joined in on the chase as well. Officers reported that the driver of the Caprice was toying with them, sometimes coming to a full stop, before speeding away again. Trying to turn on a curve way too fast, the Caprice spun out of control and barreled backwards down an incline. The car's back end came to a stop against a fence. Corporal Nix drove his patrol car down the incline and stopped his police cruiser hood to hood against the Caprice. The patrol car behind Nix came to a halt on the passenger side of the Caprice, in a sense then kind of boxing in the car. Corporal Nix got out of his patrol car and went to the front passenger side of the Caprice. He began to swing his baton against the dark tinted window and punched a hole through it. A moment later, a single gunshot shattered the window, with the bullet striking Corporal Nix, severing his carotid artery. The other officers in the chase responded with a hail of gunfire and then dragged Corporal Nix away from the Caprice. They then summoned the Dallas SWAT team, since the driver of the Caprice was not responding to commands to get out. The driver of the Caprice, Wesley Ruiz, was removed from the car by SWAT. He was unconscious after having suffered several gunshot wounds. The gun he had used to shoot at Corporal Nix, an AR-15 rifle, was on his lap. There was no one else in the car. Paramedics arrived on the scene, and both Corporal Nix and Wesley Ruiz were transported to Parkland Memorial Hospital. Once there, Corporal Nix was pronounced dead in the emergency room while doctors were trying to save his life. Ruiz was operated on for multiple gunshot wounds and survived. Corporal Nix was a United States Navy veteran who was deployed to Iraq during Operation Desert Storm. He had served with the Dallas Police Department for just under 7 years. Corporal Nix was survived by his fiancée, his parents, and a sister. In 2007, the year Corporal Nix was killed, Wesley Ruiz was 27 years old and had no prior criminal record, but he was known to be involved with gangs and selling drugs in the Dallas area. He had dropped out of high school after the 11th grade and later worked as a truck driver. During trial, Ruiz's lawyers argued that the police officer who approached his car began shooting first, giving Ruiz the right to shoot back in self-defense. The jury didn't buy it. Ruiz was convicted, and the following year, in 2008, he was sentenced to death. My question about this case, and I know it is very sad and tragic that a Dallas police officer lost his life, but it seems to me that having gotten out of his police car following a high-speed chase in which the driver was also toying with police and rushing over to the car that he was pursuing, I wonder if Corporal Nix had not been following correct police procedure. I mean, in similar situations that I have seen and read about, in such a case, one always sees police taking cover after the vehicle that they were pursuing had been stopped and not approaching until all occupants of the suspect vehicle and their hands are clearly visible. But rushing over to the vehicle and swinging a baton at the car's window just doesn't seem right to me. And it appears to have been a dreadful mistake on the part of Corporal Mark Nix. Am I wrong about that analysis? Please remember to subscribe for more death row and upcoming execution stories. I'm Paco Rivera. Bye for now.